Good day, and welcome to Far Reaches. We are four people from similar parts of the world who have wound up chasing different dreams and living different lives. We are Richard, Raleigh, Joel, and Micah. Richard and Micah are from Southeast Oregon, from two small ranching communities known as Pine Creek and Plush. Raleigh and Joel are from Northeast Oregon, from the Pendleton area. We met through college, mutual friends, and heard of stories of each other. Somehow wound up being at the same place at the same time. See, we live and work in different parts of the U.S. now and have all taken different paths to get to where we are. We all talk separately and live far apart. So we decided we should try and talk more together. We hope you come along and enjoy. And hey, here we are. Welcome to Far Reaches podcast. We are live all over the world, all sorts of chaos and shit at the same time. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Welcome, kids. We've had a couple weeks off. We had a little R&R, a little vacay, if you will, but we're back. We're expecting the fourth Reacher, but as you're aware, these past few weeks, we've only been 3 strong. And 3 of us is better than 5 of anybody else. So we're just going to go with that. So, for those of you watching, you see Richard just got in the cab of his pickup. Him and the wife, they're feeding right now with the new pickup. So that'll be entertaining. And, you know, it's just one of those things where we have schedules built out for the day. And then, you know, for lack of a better term, shit happens. So welcome once again to the Far Reaches podcast, brought to you by our phenomenal friends, the best friends in the world at B&K Auto Salvage right there in the beautiful Grand Ronde Valley. Both there in south of LeGrand and beautiful Baker City. Still using promo code REACHER. So, you know, they got over 1,200 used vehicles in stock and a large selection of 4x4 parts. So if you're out there feeding and tear the shit out of your pickup, they might be able to help you out, even with a new one like what Richard's driving right now. So they're all around. And, you know, given that People's Republic of Oregon, there's still some social distancing stuff going on. So call ahead, get your part. They'll have it waiting for you. So, thanks to our good friends there at B&K, and we couldn't do without them, and we appreciate all they do for us every time. So we're going to start us off with our weekly update, or AKA the Reach Around. So, Richard, you going to be in the pickup long enough to do the Reach Around? I know that sounds like prom night, but what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll bring the backhoe down like Joel and you are doing your Reach Around.
That's perfect. Boy, I had $1 every time I heard that. Yeah.
Oh man, it's been busy. We're actually going to get some rain maybe today. We did get a little rain on the way down in Daydell this evening, so that was great. Been doing a lot of horseback work, sort of interjecting myself into the cow side stuff a little bit more lately, much to the chagrin of my crew probably.
And that keeps everybody entertained, I'm sure. Yes.
Yeah. We had a marathon day. I'm very proud of my lovely wife sitting next to me yesterday. We got up at 3 o'clock, got home at 10, so we had a good day shipping cows.
Oh, yeah.
So, and just a few people will appreciate this, but it's a little short on help, so I had to recruit Paul Merwin. So
I got a phone call during that recruitment. Yes, I knew shit was going sideways.
A lot of time on the road to visit with people. So. Yeah.
He is a chatty Cathy.
Yes. And if my crew looks at me with, like, I'm odd, I was the least odd person there.
What was that last part?
The crew, sometimes they wonder where I'm coming from, but when they met Paul, a new level of shock and awe.
You were like the pinnacle of all things righteous and true after meeting Merwin.
Yeah. So, anyway. That was my week. Real estate's clicking right along, and even with the longer daylight savings time, it seems like there's not enough hours in the day to get everything done.
I think that's a good coffee mug. Yeah. Wow, that was a tremendous reach around.
Working outside from 3. Are you meaning like 3 a.m. until 10 p.m.?
Affirmative.
That's too many hours. I think that's illegal, actually.
That's why there's no overtime in ag.
Yeah, and then go work with a bunch of kids the next day. That was really fun.
Oh, Today we're gonna play the quiet game, kids.
Mrs. Bradbury may or may not have been cranky on Monday. I don't know.
Today we're gonna just free for all, just do whatever you'd like today.
Today's creativity time. Let's express ourselves. Yes.
I don't want to be part of the video.
Oh well.
Too bad. But that's not the first time she said that.
Oh yeah.
That was allowed.
I'm the only one that she can hit. So let's keep that down there.
Yeah, well, she'll save it all up, and next time I see you, I'll probably get the flying karate kick from across the kitchen. So I'm going to earn it. I'll put it that way. So, are you or are you not hauling a big bale on the back of your pickup right now?
No, my plan to the front end loader, the big contraption in the front was way too much, and I tried to flip it into the back of my pickup, but yeah, I'm gonna have to use the backhoe.
I gotcha. So you're going to get the backhoe so that you can indeed put the bale in the back of the pickup. Is that what I'm getting? I gotcha. So, sometimes you need the right tool.
I'll just be super. I won't even lie. It'll be as fast as it is. So, but Elena will entertain you while I'm gone.
It's perfect. She's good commentary. Much better to look at and talk with. So don't take that personal. It's just facts.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, that's my reach around for the week.
You guys were hauling bulls and cows and stuff all over Hell's Half Acre, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at. That's what we're trying to feed. It's the last ones that don't fit anywhere, which there's like 20 of them, and they take all day now. So yeah, we want to get some of the hell out of here so we can focus on present. My horse is escaped too. Crap.
Add that to the list. Yes.
Yeah. We'll deal with that in a day or so.
Somebody will find them. They know where to go. When they get hungry, they'll come back.
Yeah, my lame horse isn't as lame as I thought he was.
Of course not.
So, yeah. And of course, now all the cattle are eating their feed that I got them yesterday. So we're winning here.
It's a true circle of life.
Yeah. All right, I'll get off.
Cool. Great update. Thank you for the reach around, Richard. Joel, what about you? Your background has changed since the last time we got a chance to see you.
Yeah, did I miss two? Or
I
just
think
one?
maybe one. I don't know. I think you missed one, and then we took off a week basically. So here we are.
Did you guys ever talk about my movie?
I did your movie for you. Yeah, Surviving the Game. Yeah,
Because
the week before we did somebody else's movie since they weren't there. I think it was Raleigh's or something. So yeah, great movie though.
Yeah, Austin Powers. Yeah, my background changed. I arrived back in Pendleton about maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't even know if it's been that long. Yeah, I picked up myself a new vehicle. I got a pickup. Went into that plan kind of what do you call it? Mission creep, something like that. So I was just going to get something fairly sensible. I was really leaning strongly towards a Jeep. And then I screwed up and I test drove a F-150, like a used F-150.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to pick up now.
That's the whole point though. Like just go drive shit till you find what you like.
Yeah. And then I was still like, okay, I'm going to go to this next car dealership. I'm going to hold strong to my plan, but I'm going to ask them if they got any good deals on a pickup. And then sure enough, they did. So
damn it, Jan.
I ended up with a Ram, brand new Ram. Well, not brand new. Well, I bought it new, but it's a 2020.
And you bought it. It's not a lease. It's a purchase.
Yeah, I purchased it. Well, sort of. I mean, the bank.
Well, you're in the process, if you will. So it was a 2020 though. So they're looking to get rid of it then.
Yeah. Probably should have gotten a better deal, but I don't know how to negotiate that sort of thing. I was just like, okay, I'll pay that price.
There's two schools of thought. Yeah, like my uncle, for example, like just will grind, and he'll never buy a rig from there anyways. But like, it's just like what he lives for. I'm kind of in the middle, and sometimes you're like, I just want it. Here's the price. Seems fair. Buy. I'm not gonna waste all day long.
Yeah, I did ask for like a lower price. I think like 1,500 off, and he was like, "I don't know, we can't do that." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm a hard bargain.
You are. If you yeah, because one of the things is like set your price and then you just leave and then they'll call you most of the time.
They showed me a piece of paper that had the MSRP on it and the invoice price and then my price, and it was below invoice. So I called Junior. I was like, is this pretty good? And he said yes. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah. It works. You're happy, right? You like it? Good payment?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's expensive as hell, but
well, yeah.
And the fucking gas, man. That's gonna destroy me. I feel like the gas.
So it's got the Hemi, so you're getting 16 to 18, probably, maybe 20.
Right now, I think it's like 12.
Oh, just mostly around town, though, probably.
Yeah, just to the golf course and around town.
Yeah. Yeah. When you go to Boise on cruise control, you'll probably get 16 or 18, somewhere in there, maybe. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
Just as gas prices are pretty high.
What's gas running there in Oregon?
About 320, 330.
Okay. So I think we're like 260, 280 maybe. We were like 219, 220, something like that, but it's gone up a little bit.
But yeah, look at me knowing the price of gas.
I
hadn't paid a bit of attention to the price of gas for 15 years.
Who are you? And your whole focus is going to be different now. You be bitching.
I'm going to get gas Safeway. It's
drive across.
Cheaper.
Yeah, I got my card and shit. Yeah, it's those points matter. You'll be using Brian's number when you get fuel. Yeah, it'll be.
And then I also went out and I went ahead and joined. I'm not a member. I'm a season pass holder, and I made sure that I knew that. But I'm a season pass holder at the Birch Creek Golf Course in Pendleton.
Oh, outstanding!
And I've got in probably 4 or 5 rounds. Just got back actually. Just terrible. You ever do that? You just one day I was fine yesterday, and today I was just awful.
Oh, 100%. That's golf. 1,000%.
It's terrible.
That's
what else?
Summarizes it.
That's bad. I mean, that's It's
been the
nice
cool thing about having a membership though.
outside.
Is like just go play when you want. If I only get 8 holes in, it doesn't matter. If I play 22 holes, it doesn't really matter.
It does a little bit because they really get you on the golf cart.
Oh,
you have to rent the golf cart.
Yeah, and if you bring your own, like Big Daddy did, then you have the trail fee. But you can always walk. You can walk a lot faster than you can actually drive it in your cart.
Well, I was saying to somebody, like, they should encourage golf cart usage. Like, if I wanted to walk, that's a problem for them because I'm going to slow down their whole operation.
No, you're not. Usually not, actually. Especially if you have 2 people in one cart, they're never hitting to the same spot. And so a dude with a good push cart, like those 3-wheel ones, you can zip, dude. You got shortcuts. You're finding your own ball and hitting it. Actually, I used to play league and I'd have my own push cart and I just roiled. Dude. It would be, when everybody like tears off and goes to the first hole, you're a little bit behind. But once you get there, we're getting some awesome footage. If you're not watching this online, this is the one episode you have to watch because we really have like ranchers in action with Bradbury because they're fencing. Al's putting up a piece of rope or something right now. It looks like they got horses out. They're doing stuff.
Yeah, that piece of string's not going to be a very strong fence.
It's electric though.
Electric fence that the horses knock down.
Oh, well, I guess maybe you need more electricity in there.
More ribbons on it. She'll get her dialed in.
Volts. More volts.
Solar powered. So So awesome video footage from the Bradburys for us for this episode. It's pretty awesome. But so I love my push cart. It was great. It boiled along nicely. I actually donated to somebody when I moved, but I don't remember who the hell it was. So
it might be a good thing to think about doing just for my physical fitness.
Yeah, you walk 9 or 18. It's a pretty good little jaunt, and still fun. So it's either way, it's good. But I like it, because if you get If you finish, that's great. If you just go play, I played a lot more once I had my membership. So,
yeah. Yeah. So what else? I think that's about it. I mean, that kind of sums it up. Just moved. Well, we just got a new apartment in Brooklyn too.
yeah.
So I guess I'm bi-coastal for the time being.
Kinky. I always had my suspicions. Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not judging. I think there's advantages.
Finally, real quick, Pendleton people, I wear my hat like this a lot at the bar.
Sure.
Yeah. After drinking a little bit, I'll turn my hat around backwards. I've probably heard 4 different people say, hey, there's only 2 reasons to wear your hat like that. And I don't see no cows.
Milking a cow or sucking a dick, and I don't see no cows.
I'm
like, well, you're the expert.
Get some new material. And I was
Yeah.
like, the last person said to me is like, he's like, there's only 2 reasons to wear your hat like that. I was like, yeah, I know. I like to suck dick once in a while. Don't worry about it.
I always do this when I'm pounding your mom. Shut your hole. What do I care? It's a hat. Relax. Really relax. I'm at the bar enjoying myself. I don't care.
I will say one more thing that was probably, it fulfilled one of the things that I don't want to say it's a dream, but it was something I wanted to do for a long time. When you go on the underground tour and that bar that you go into to start the tour, it's called the Shamrock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had the Pendleton Comes to Life this weekend. And my brother Casey is on the board at the underground tours. They were having a big after party down there, so he invited me down there, and this gal from up by Seattle, country singer, doing live music, and man, that was awesome. Just drinking and hanging out in the Shamrock.
Some of my underground Comes to Life. We had so much fun doing that. So much fun.
I've seen your pictures,
Casey, Brian. Found Casey's pistol one year. That was hilarious. Like it was under. We sat down in the morning, like I don't know, it's 8 o'clock or something. We sat down at the poker table, and I'm like, stretching out, and put my hand on the table like under the poker felt. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I opened it back, and it's like it's a Ruger single 6. I'm like, what the shit? Casey's like, oh my god, that's my pistol. I lost that last year.
Like a real pistol, operational.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a pistol myself. I went into D&B and looked at them. Felt like it's a weird thing to go gun shopping because I feel like they are suspicious of me, even though I don't think they are. But I feel like I'm being suspicious because
like they're judging you, so then that impacts you, and it's like this weird circle.
Yeah. I think I might get a 22 pistol, semi-automatic.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Just for plinking around, having some fun.
To go up to Target shoot or something. Let's see if they sell it to me. That'll be interesting. I go through background checks and stuff.
Well, that would be.
But they might think I still live in New York, right? But I have an Oregon license.
I was going to say you have an Oregon license, don't you? You mess.
Yeah.
So you're golden. You might have to wait. I'm not sure with everybody buying pistols if the system's backed up or not, but usually it has to go through the background check thing. And sometimes it's instantaneous, and other times it takes a little while. I don't recall.
What's bad for gun violence is the affordability of a pistol like that. I was sort of expecting a pistol would probably cost somewhere around $600. Well, it's like $250.
Yeah. A, it's a 22. B, it's probably a piece of shit. So there's that. Or not optimal, I'll put it that way. So
got good YouTube reviews.
What is it?
It's a Taurus. Yeah. Is the brand.
Yeah.
It's black.
Mm-hmm. They're okay. I wouldn't buy one. That's just me. I mean, I'm sure they're okay.
It's like a BB gun for a 38-year-old.
It is, yeah.
Starter gun.
If you're looking, like, one of the best people on YouTube to talk about a gun review is Hickok 45.
Dude, I can't just start off with like a powerful gun.
Don't worry about that. No, it's 22. It's whatever. And if you want to buy Taurus, rock on. I'm just saying, it's a good place to start for sure. But Hickok 45, if you just go to his page and type in pretty much any weapon, he's shot it at his little course and gives you good feedback. So I can't discourage you at all from getting a Taurus. They're functional. I just don't prefer them myself, but that's me. So you'll be just fine. And there's 2 other good gun shops, I think, in Pendleton too. So I'd probably go there instead of DNB. That's just me.
Yeah, I was going to go to Garner's, and I don't know. First time I drove up there, and I was like, I don't really want to go look at guns right now.
No, if you're not in
the
the
mood,
mood,
just took off.
Yeah.
I left the house in the mood. I went there specifically for it. I got there, I'm like, nope, I can't do it.
Yeah, it happens. Like first time going to the whorehouse, you just ready.
Yeah.
Nope. Just gonna drive by. I don't think they're open.
You just walked by that massage parlor several times. So you peeking it, try to get a peek at the hours.
Ladies,
first time.
Oh, you're busy. I'll come back. That's fine.
All right, yeah. So that's my week.
That's a pretty good week. That's not bad. Like a move.
It's about 3 weeks condensed into one. Right?
It is, but yeah, it's good catch up. That's outstanding. We got some beautiful country on Richard's live feed. Well, I could sell that for a monthly subscription, no doubt. Just put our GoPro on Richard, turn him loose.
Yeah, make a good music video.
Some rain clouds, maybe. Yeah, we'll have to cut this together for a good music video. The way the Bradder. Say again.
Oh, we decided to move the bull. Man, my dog just left to chase deer.
I saw your dog just freaking bolt. Did you say, come here, dummy? Is that what you said?
Hey! You're fucking helping me!
My name's goddamn it, not Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So much for showing off my dogs.
Well, if you want them to skin them, then they're going to do that. No problem.
I was hoping Raleigh would actually be on here because there was Junior went to an auction, like a livestock auction.
Oh, I heard about it. I heard all about it. Yeah.
Okay. But aside from him buying a horse, there was a dog that sold for $48,000.
Almost 50 grand. Yeah.
Jeez. I was like, I've seen Raleigh's dogs on Facebook. He's like sitting on millions of dollars in dogs.
Could be. The right person falls. Yeah, that was Pendleton Cattle Barons. Myself and Marty Campbell and me and a few other guys started that a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but it's been a while. But it's good. It's still rolling. Yeah, I had an awesome sale. It's really cool to see where that thing's gone. Really cool. But, yeah, I had several phone calls about the purchase activity of some individuals. Richard, how your dogs doing, man? You got a bull update?
They're back. The bulls are almost to the gate. They need to go out, and we'll see what happens.
So but, you're close.
Sometimes a dog's worth $1 million, and sometimes you can't find enough ammo to take care of it.
Affirmative. Yes.
I'm not condoning killing dogs, but sometimes I really felt like it would be the best option.
Just a good, strong warning shot.
Yeah. Pepper their ass a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I just saw your dogs just freaking go. It was awesome. Pretty country.
It knows like it. The dog is herding the bull into like where you want it to go. I imagine.
If they go through that gate over there, way out in the distance.
Yes, sir. By the trees.
Yeah. The dog is doing what he's supposed to be doing. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. He knows to do that.
Really, it could go 50-50 right now.
At any time. You got bulls head toward a gate. It could definitely go 50-50 anytime.
Careful. Bulls are dangerous animals.
Yeah, Richard got tipped upside down on his horse one year with a bull.
Yeah. One put me in a hospital or in the bed for 3 months.
Yeah. That's that. Not his face. That didn't get touched. It looked like that before, but other parts of the body.
When I heard about that, I was like, didn't anybody ever warn you that bulls are dangerous?
First time.
Like, I even know that.
They're like, oh, did we tell you? We should have told you.
Every time I'm at a roundup and I see people, I still like get a little bit nervous every time I see somebody walk right behind the horse because, you know, when I was a kid, they're like, "Don't walk behind the horse; it'll kick you." I'm like, how come that horse isn't kicking any of these people?
It's not like an automatic thing, but yeah, they can. I love seeing the Doberman work the bulls. That's awesome.
The best thing about the Doberman is he's in the right place 50% of the time.
Yeah, I saw your border collie just circle back.
Go in the wrong direction.
She's probably
Let's see what these
dyslexic.
assholes do now.
Because yeah, you got about 2, 4, 12 bulls out there, 14.
1, 2, 3, 4, 13.
Huh. Nailed it.
Baker's dozen of bulls.
Yeah.
I actually have 2 Baker bulls here. 3 players.
Got some nice.
Some Baker's bulls, some Bobby Harold bulls.
Nice.
Hey, get around.
Got some live action, folks. If you're not watching Far Reaches on the YouTube or the Facebook, you're missing out because we've got live action.
Richard has more bulls than anybody else I've talked to today.
Oh, really? We haven't talked to anybody, probably, so that would do her. Yeah. Oh, we got the pickup involved.
Uh-oh.
Pickups in R for race because they're going down the fence.
Got to be a more efficient way.
Well, it seemed to be kind of a spur of the moment thing, I think.
Yeah, we're improvising here.
That's what I figured. Yeah. So
try and get them out of the rain.
Yeah.
Trying to get them where
they could shrink. So yeah.
Get it.
A little snot. Yeah.
Is it going to charge you?
A little pressure, then you back off. Yeah.
Get out of here, you sons of bitches.
Live action. Yeah, Richard,
streaming cowboy
border collie, a Doberman, and a pickup.
Way around, bud.
We're going to be just fine.
Down. Good job, Dutch. See, he's in the right place.
Yeah, see exactly. Like Doberman showing the border collie what the what for is. This is awesome.
Lay down. Oh,
they're just. I feel like these bulls internally, they might be trying to get to Richard and be like, but I'm not supposed to be here.
You don't know who I am. Yeah,
there's some sort of mix up. I'm not supposed to be a bull. But you're not listening.
Here we go. Now we got some full screen action. I finally figured out my controls. We can still talk. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, some nice. Oh, so we're turning back now. The gate was there.
They can just starve tonight.
And yeah, Dutch is trying to show them where to go, but they didn't listen.
No, let's try it then. I guess now they just want to follow the pickup.
Oh, well, then bring it on through. Yeah. So sometimes you have to lead, other times you have to push. So this is the improvise, adapt, and overcome strategy, which we often run into. We're having
more than a fair sex has a better idea.
Usually there's that too, like, hey, I'm just going to honk my horn. They're going to follow the pickup. Yes, dear. What an awesome view too.
Seems so obvious in retrospect.
You just don't know.
Man, I really need to get my pickup out on a farm or a ranch. I mean,
that could be arranged quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Make it look really cool.
It can be done. You need some slobber down the side and some dents. Yeah, so here goes Alina just driving through the gate with the pickup. She stopped.
You got to go farther than that. Go up more.
I think she's shoveling some hay around. If Richard would go down the fence, they'd probably go opposite. There they are peeking.
Still following. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
There's a straggler. Yeah, this is awesome.
Probably not awesome for people that are just listening to us.
Well, right? This is perfect example why you need to watch this magic every time we do this and not just listen to the description, because, you know, the best color man in the business probably couldn't do this justice, because now we've got top 40 speed from Richard, who's wind sprinting down the feed bunk line.
Big close-up shot of his belly.
It keeps coming. It's like barn. It's in and out, in and out. So, yeah. I would be going ape shit if I was him. Where he's trying to move bulls. One's going the wrong direction because
what?
Dog might bring it back. That bull will come back eventually. Yeah, he's gonna get lonely.
Kelly's dogs wouldn't do that.
Oh, that's a shot.
Whoa.
Shots fired. Yeah.
Just jumped right through that fence.
That's a feed bunk. Yeah. Cables. So
Cool.
yeah. Man, I can't tell you how good this footage is. This is awesome. Oh, no, dog shouldn't be there. That's bad.
Richard, maybe I'll come down and help you like on a Saturday and Sunday, or just Saturday.
There's no weekends for Bradbury. Just come down anytime.
Yeah, we got back-to-back Saturday planned. Come on down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we go? Are there stragglers behind you, Richard? Is that everybody?
Oh, we missed one.
There's that one. Okay. He'll come back.
There's always a bull that's being a dick, though.
He'll be at the gate or over it tomorrow morning. So you're golden.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It'd get lonely. Thank God I had my wife here to think for me.
Congrats to the bride. I'm just going to drive through the gate and pitch out some hay. And that's where they're all hunkered around right now.
Kind of looks like a tornado was forming right there.
Well, that's just a little desert flower.
Would you get him up? Come on.
That's awesome. Folks, we just had live action. This is what every moment of the day is pretty much for Richard.
Don't forget to close the gate.
You can hear it going. Yeah. That's outstanding. Sorry, folks. I wish I got the spotlight on that sooner. I just learned about that feature while we're here live. This is what it's all about. So, yeah.
Everybody, all of our listeners that own gates, they're probably constantly reminding people, close the gate. And then they said, did you secure it? Yeah,
just close it. I usually piss people off because whenever we go through a gate, I close it and like, we'll be back. Don't worry. I'm like, dude, I've chased too much shit that's not going to get out while we're gone to not freaking close the gate. So I'm closing the gate. They never get out. I don't care. I'm still closing the gate because if they get out, we're chasing them. So that's what I'm going to do. Just
our senior party. I think our senior party, I don't know who owned the land, but we had permission to have our party there. It was on a cattle ranch. Yeah, we did. But somebody like obviously forgot to close the gate, and a bunch of their cows got out. We didn't get in trouble.
That's good.
Well, this kind of sucks. Richard, how you doing, man? Give us a live update. Our man on the street.
We won.
Outstanding. Little victories.
Yep. Well, we won 1/12 of the way. Or
12/13. 12/13. That's over 100% where I come from.
Yeah. Pretty good for Adele.
That's Common at its best right there. Al's taking a victory lap in the pickup. Oh, that's awesome.
Now we're headed to Lakeview. So.
She's going to make you run behind the pickup?
She's got to close the gate.
I'll be depositing hay.
Good
lock
man.
It, lock
Good
it
man.
up. Lock the gate up.
Lock it down.
You don't want to open it up in the storm.
Okay, it's really complex latching system.
I can tell. Well, you got the blue twine. That's good shit. Yeah. Folks, for those of you watching live, I do apologize. We're right up Richard's nose. He's actually fogging up the lens with that schnoz. And so the prominent proboscis, as some might say.
Don't forget the dog.
Right there.
And she makes you drive. That's how smart she is. She's like, I'm going to nap. You get to drive back to town. Kids get in the back. All is well.
2 ranch trucks.
We were admiring earlier the beautiful fold-up back seats and everything else. Hey, where's Junior the Third at?
Huh?
Where's Junior the Third?
He's in the beach house in California.
Oh, suntanning. Outstanding.
Yeah. He's got the life, that kid.
He's got it figured out.
Yep. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
That was awesome.
My wife told me before we came out here that we'd be out here until 8 o'clock. I said, "Oh no, it'll just be a quick trip."
Oh, so it's your fault for saying that. What the hell's wrong with you? You know better. Damn it, Bobby. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yep.
That's fun. I feel like I'm more of a cowboy. I'm gonna put my cowboy hat on.
There you go. Just don't put it on backwards.
Just watching it.
Nothing like, dude, this is a totally new sport, Richard. Like, screw rodeo announcing. We're gonna just have life on the ranch, and we're just gonna announce it as shit goes down. Next event, I guess we're going to the broken water line. No, this just in. We got a horse out. Yeah, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Quick update. Rain's coming. Oh shit, we got to tarp something. It would be all over it.
No, it's fine.
We'd have a blast. So we're gonna jump in the blue pickup and we're gonna head down to scratch that. No, blue pickup's not starting today. So we're gonna jump in the no, that's not either. We need to find something to jump the backhoe with. This is gonna be a while, folks. This is technically a rain delay. It's almost like the Ranch Olympics. We could just call the shots.
I saw a outdoor show yesterday where they just followed a guy around and he's like, "Oh, look, there's some coyote hair on this barbed wire fence. Must be a coyote somewhere." I'm like, no shit. But that was the whole show.
Just some dude walking around.
Yeah. Look, there's some cougar scat. Must be a cougar around
There
here.
must be a cougar. Well, it's a long ways from the good old days of Marlon Perkins' Mucho Valhalla Wild Kingdom.
Well, I can only
A
think
professor of logic.
There must be somebody that's watching it if it's on TV.
Apparently, yeah, I guess if you've been trapped in your house for the past 22 months, that's pretty exciting shit right there. There's a cougar out there. Who knows? You haven't even seen a coyote, probably. So, sweet Lord. Man, that's outstanding. I can honestly say this in all sincerity that this is one of the best reach arounds we've ever had.
You didn't go yet.
I'm doing the covered bridge. Here you go. Not the covered bridge, the side bridge.
Oh, there we are.
Yep. Try and get some cattle. I've never seen that across there before.
This is hilarious. I just got a text from Rawls. This says feeding bulls. I'm like, yeah, so is Richard. Big deal.
Yeah, tell him at least I showed up.
Yeah.
Still got the bulls fed. All right, the audience probably sick of all this by now.
Dude, if they tune in at all every week, this is exactly what they're looking for. So
How come the reader on the radio there is all
because of it's being filmed. Like if you look at like a TV or something, when you film it, it's all jacked up, or a computer monitor. It's because of you actually see the frequency that it's operating at.
Oh.
So yeah. Go back to the radio. Sorry.
I'll tell you what frequency I'm operating at.
Yeah, about 0.0. Oh man. Oh. Well, since we're still alive, I'll give some of my reach around since I'm a generous giving individual. So I suppose the main topic is, well, it's twofold, but I'll start with the first one. So, had the Forerunner, and basically as soon as I got rid of my lease pickup and put my Forerunner in the garage, it developed a coolant leak and started dripping on the floor. So I was like, well, that's, kind of Murphy's Law. That's what you expect. And so dug through the paperwork that came with it. And the guy that had it before me had put a new radiator and stuff in about 5,000 miles ago. So I thought, well, I'll take it to that shop because I couldn't find where the leak was coming from. Like maybe something they recommended he didn't want to do, blah, blah, blah. So get it there, and they have it for a couple of days, and they finally get back. I'm like, oh man, that's way back in the back between the engine and the transmission. That's really beyond us as a radiator shop. I'm like, cool, just what I want to hear. So they go, well, we recommend this company, Airseat. I'm like, okay. And they're in town. Yeah. So I call that company up and talk to the guy, and he's like, yeah, we can fit you in. I'm like, can you do me a favor, dude? Can you just go pick it up wherever it's at? Because if not, I got to Uber to there, get in it, drive it to you, Uber home. He's like, yeah, not a problem, man. So he calls me a couple of days later. He's like, so here's our options. There is indeed a engine plug in the back, block plug, that if we get to that one, we got to drop the transmission out and replace that plug. And I was like, that's not what I wanted to hear. Because what gets better, he goes, there's a total of 13 block plugs on that engine. I'm like, holy crap. He's like, yeah, you've got 204,000 miles on that thing. I'm like, yeah. He's like, so if that one's bad, there's a good chance the other ones are getting ready to go. I'm like, I can't argue that. It's like, well, here's option B. Instead of taking the transmission out, we pull the engine out. We replace all the plugs and the main seal in the back and the valve cover gaskets because they're leaking just a little bit. It'll be a couple years and they're going to be replaced. But since we got the engine out, like it's literally 2 minutes instead of like 4 hours otherwise. I'm like, sweet Lord. It went from a coolant leak to pulling my engine. He's like, yeah. And it's going to be around $1,800. I'm like, well, that's just about half of what I paid for that thing. He's like, yeah. He goes, but that thing's cherry, dude. I don't think, I think it's worth it. If it was me, I'm like, yeah, I agree. I'm like, for a new engine seal in the back, valve cover gaskets, and all those plugs replaced. Sure. I didn't want to do this, but okay, let's get it done. He's like, okay, it might be ready Friday. And he goes, no, screw that. It'll probably be ready Monday, but maybe Friday. I'm like, whatever. So Friday at like 10 a.m. he calls and I'm like, this is not the call telling me that everything is cherry and it's already done. So I'm like, hey, he goes, hey, got some news about your engine. And I'm just like, son of a bocce, this is not what I want to hear. Like, it just keeps getting worse. He's like, so basically I owe you an engine. And I'm like, excuse me? And apparently when they had it out and they were drilling out one of the block plugs, they went right through the block plug, right through the engine and into a cylinder wall. And he goes, yeah, we ruined your engine, man. So I got you a new one coming. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. He's like, no, that's what the deal is. I'm like, I am sorry. He's like, I'm the one apologizing to you. And I'm like, I know shit happens, dude. So basically then I'm like, all right, that sounds fair. We'll square up. And he's like, all right. So like, it was like Thursday, I guess it would have been. He calls me up. He's like, she's ready to go. Actually, he called me on Wednesday and said, yeah, ready to go. So I went and picked it up, went for a drive. He's like, no charge. And I'm like, well, there has to be a charge. He's like, no. And I'm like, well, at least what I was going to pay you before for all the effort, because the same thing pulling. He's like, no. He's like, take it for a ride, see how it runs, and let me know. And I'm like, all right. So I went for a drive about 30 miles and came back, and like it was kind of missing a little bit. So I took it back to the shop the next morning, and we put new spark plug wires on it and put a new battery in it. And the only thing he let me pay for so far is the battery. He's like, run it for a couple of weeks and let me know what you think. And then we can talk about the plug wires. But
is it like a brand new engine or
it's a remanufactured? So it's like basically, yeah. Like, wow. It didn't come right off the showroom floor because you can't find them anymore. But like
that would probably cost like several $1,000s, wouldn't it?
Affirmative. Yeah. So yeah, I brought him a half gallon of Basil Hayden bourbon, which is pretty close to the same price of a new engine, but not quite. And yeah, cool thing is his shop's only like a mile from my house, and I had no idea because I had never met the guy until I went to pick it up the first time. So there's still good people out there,
that, right?
Even if they did, I wouldn't want to turn that shit into my insurance if I didn't have to. And I mean, it wouldn't like. I totally thought like, okay, well, whatever I was going to pay you to pull an engine out and put new plugs in it and put it back is definitely worth basically taking another engine and putting it like $1,800 seems more than fair for that. And he's like, nope. So still good people out there, apparently. And so now the runner's running like a top. So even a blind pig finds an acorn. Who knew? So I was pretty surprised. Awesome. Yeah, totally crazy.
It's probably good for another 225,000.
Yeah, I mean, I got as long as the transmission holds up, we're good to go. If it goes tits up, we'll throw another one in. So
yeah, you get
like you didn't happen to run the. Maybe you could run the transmission next.
Yeah, next time. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, and when Kurt flew down, he flew down. And they got in Thursday morning. He just come over to the shop and picked me up, and then we were good to go. So. Yeah, she's golden and running like a top. But And then today, actually, yesterday, the University of Florida, because Gainesville is still kind of like a overcautious liberal hotbed. So there was some mask stuff still going on at some random places. And the university lifted all of that and like, we're full on green flag racing. And so today was my first day back in my office also. So it was a nice, it was weird, like going to school. You know, I had my book bag and all my shit, don't forget nothing. And what am I going to wear? So it was
all new clothes.
All new clothes. I was all excited. Yeah, I had them all laid out the night before, you know, so I knew what I was going to wear. And probably lunch, you know, all that cool stuff. So it was, I'm thinking, I'm driving to the office. I'm like, which office was mine? I don't seriously, I had not been there, but maybe, I don't know, since I moved here in July, like 20 times maybe. And I definitely have been here to the office since I bought my house in December. I'd not been to the office at all. And it's May. And so, yeah, I'd gone intermittently before when I was staying at my buddy's house. But yeah, I was like, I think it's 316 is my office number. Yep, key opens it. So I'm like, hey, look, refrigerator's still running. It was cool. One of my pictures had fallen off the wall, which sucked. Yeah,
be mindful of that Legionnaire's disease too. So when you don't run water in a building for months.
Oh, well, the building was still going, like the lab was still running everything. So
yeah, dude, I'm in the same boat. Like if they told me you need to be back in the office on Monday, like, can you remind me where I go?
Yeah.
Like I think I could find the building, but I don't remember what floor
I was just like on. I literally was thinking about it as I was driving in. I'm like, I think I can find it, but I don't know off the top of my head exactly where my office is. And I opened my door and I had a huge Bev Doolittle painting that I'd got at a cattleman's auction and I had hanging up, and it had like those command strips, you know, is what we're using to hold shit up, and it had fallen off and shattered glass like all over my office. It was awful. So there was that. Welcome home. But my refrigerator was still running, which is good. Hola, pinche caballo.
Is that a wild horse? One of those wild horses?
I don't know. Bradbury, what's up with that horse?
It's one of the wild horses. That's Dusty.
Dusty, gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, so you can go capture them and take them.
Yeah, you want to see his freeze brand?
Yeah.
Oh, what's a freeze brand?
Instead of a hot iron, they use a cold.
See right there on his neck?
Oh, what is that? What does that mean?
Blue stick.
I've been riding the piss out of him for a while, so he's not too friendly with me.
Apparently.
Oh. Blew up on his neck there.
Gotcha.
Right there.
It looks like a good boy.
Is that like? Oh, there it is. Has he got Appy in him, or what the hell's going on with him?
Yeah, my wife, I don't know what I call him a strawberry rum, but she says he's something else.
Yeah, I'm colorblind. It's often difficult for me to tell, but I probably wouldn't put him in the strawberry category.
Yep.
That's all a matter of opinion. That could start a bar fight right there.
I'll tell you what, everybody bitches about the wild horses, but they're tougher than hell. I've ridden the piss out of them for 2 days.
And he's still boiling.
Horses that really screwed up, but he's tough.
He's from the mean streets, man. Yeah. Absolutely.
We were joking around about Junior's horse purchase, like, and if I bought a horse like that, just get drunk and buy a horse, it'd end up sick at the vet within 2 weeks. Like, I've been feeding it, you know. What do you feed it? Apples.
Yeah,
a lot of red delicious apples.
Tried the shits for some reason.
Yeah.
What else do you feed a horse?
Yeah.
Well, I tried to give it carrots. Didn't like the carrot. So just
I bought apples and sugar cubes. I don't know what the problem is. Seriously, his name's Sugar Cube, for God's sakes. So I don't understand.
Carrots. They got to be able to see in the dark.
That's true. That is true. Good Lord, we are way off in the ditch, and I'm loving every second of it. All right, let me pull up where we're supposed to be. Oh, cool.
If you're a real horse guy like Richard, you have horses there. Do you ever actually give them an apple as like a treat or something? Oh, you do?
I'll
Okay.
give them. We have grain for them, but if I had an apple or a bag of carrots or something, I'd give it to them.
Grain's good.
And most people would contest that I'm a real horse guy.
Well, you have horses there, so
And
I
you,
mean,
you use them as well, as you just said. I've
Yeah,
been riding
I mean,
the
you
piss
do.
out of that one for the past 2 days. I think that qualifies for most people as a horse guy.
So
Yeah.
I've found that there's two people in ranching.
Well,
People that own horses to work cattle and people that own horses because they have cattle. So
there's that.
I'm in the latter. I'm a cattleman, and the horses are a tool. It's
Sure.
not my whole existence. And a lot of people's whole existence is the horses and the cattle are secondary.
When I was doing nutrition, there was 2 types of people. There's people who have horses, and then there's horse people. And I don't want to talk to horse people. So
You should just train a cow real good and then ride the cow.
like Mongo.
I don't like cows that much.
Yeah, he doesn't put the kind of effort in. Yeah. Be thinking the whole time, like, damn, this would be a good steak. So
my wife's hair is all windblown and dusty, and she's looking very beautiful for a ranch bride.
For any kind of bride, not just a ranch bride, for Fifth Avenue bride.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice look, actually.
She's got that dusky hue, Lady Satan. That's who.
Richard just can't wait to get her home now. He's gonna have to drop early.
I don't think he will. There's hay piles all around that place.
Yeah.
Juniors in California.
Yep.
He's got investment banking hours. His day's just getting started.
Yeah.
And Richard's like, we're going to mute and we're shutting off. Yeah. Head into a tunnel, guys. Sorry. Oh, you guys ready to do the entertainment spotlight?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys get the movie watch?
Did you picked it? So we're actually
did.
back on fine. Yeah. Okay.
We are. I almost said, like last week when I was taking off, I was almost like, you guys just go ahead so we can keep the streak running. And then I was like, I really want to talk about this movie. I was kind of being selfish. So yeah, I'm just saying. But I'm going to try something. I'm going to try sharing the screen and actually playing the trailer for this one, kids. I think we got it licked. So if you will
Get our technology.
Indulge me just for a second. I think we're going to bust a move on this one. So watch and learn, he says. Hang on.
Finds something wrong. She's a thief. She was in the Mafia. She smelled like soup with every girl he dates. But when Charlie meets Harriet,
Hi. What do you look for in a woman you date?
but I really have to go with dress size. He knows she's the one.
You have the face of a heat.
For one thing, she might be a serial killer. She murders her husband on their honeymoons, then changes her identity and marries again. I'm afraid that you're gonna leave me.
Leave you?
So I married an ex-murderer. I don't like this one, Charlie.
Why don't you go put your trousers on?
The cult comedy classic is now available in an all-new special edition on DVD and Blu-ray high def. Mom, can you get the school nurse?
So ridiculous. So funny.
Hard-hearted harbinger of haggis, Nancy Travis.
I can do anything to others. Sick and evil with you.
Ah,
Paper, no! Look at the size of that boy's head. I'm not kidding. It's like an orange on a
toothpick.
Why can't you be like the captain on Starsky Notch? Somebody needs a arm. And Paladar did. You screw up one more time, I'm gonna kick your spaghetti bending butt back to the land. Now, what now? Is it too much with the ethnic song? Why, no, you can ask murderer. What do you stay for a nightcap? You two want to stay for a nightcap? Remastered for the best picture and sound quality. I'm naked, aren't I? With an 8-song digital download of the sound.
ooh, the soundtrack.
Special edition DVD and Blu-ray high def. You did the Colonel
With his beady
eyes. Oh, Dad, how can you hate the Colonel? Because he puts an addictive chemical in his chicken that makes you clean it fortnightly, smartass.
The best. Too funny. Makes me laugh. So you guys can hear that, right? Joel, you're on mute.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I can
He
hear
shoots, he
Kayla's sister here.
scores. Yes. We got it figured. So, yes. So I married an exporter, 1993. Mike Myers, Nancy Travis. Mike Myers is his dad. One of my favorites, I think, partially because my buddy Colby, who has glasses a lot like Mike Myers' dad, used to stand outside the classroom no matter where I was in class. And he'd walk by and he'd see me and he'd back up. And he would do like the wedding dance in the hallway. Pipe her down, and I would just crumble and die because there's Colby dancing in the hallway. So that's part of it. And just it's such a random, funny movie.
There's a little person over your shoulder, Joel. Watch out.
Don't move. Don't move. It's a little Big Daddy.
So, this is Caleb Currin.
CC. Is it KC or CC? Must be K.
CC.
CC. C2. Gotcha.
Which is actually our Aunt Celia's nickname. That's interesting. You're CC. You're CC now.
Are you glad that your uncle's home?
Are you glad that your uncle's home? He asked. That'd be me.
That's him. Yeah. Like, who's my uncle? Yeah. I don't know. There's some dude in the basement creeping me out all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. He just got back from baseball practice. He's a pretty good hitter. So is Morgan. Morgan's the girl. Morgan's the girl. She
takes
really
after her
good.
mom though, so she's probably she's
got a good. She's 9. She's got a good throwing arm. Hits the ball hard.
Yeah, she's got her mom's genes.
Yeah.
She's gonna be an athlete.
Way better than the other kids on the team. Oh, it's one of the games.
You were that uncle, weren't you? Yeah.
I stayed for.
You're freaking tailgating, weren't you? Yeah.
3 innings and had to get out of there.
That's hilarious. So did you guys watch the movie?
Yeah, I watched. Well, so I didn't even. I just when you texted, I was made aware that this was a movie, but I happened to watch it like 3 weeks ago.
Ah, well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah, Mike Myers is a weird guy because he's so good in like Austin Powers. He played in Wayne's World. He plays like that. He plays a character really well. When he plays a straight-laced guy, I don't really like him.
It's different. I think it's because we see him so many times as just a weird guy. So, or, like all the stuff he did on SNL or anything else. So,
and what a weird backstory they gave him. He's like a poet. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that way he doesn't have to worry about it being a job. He's in Frisco. He's just chilling. Yeah. And I never thought about that before until I watched it this last time. Like, what does he actually do? Oh, he's like a poet, dude. Like, I was like, because most people go that, like, I have like a day job. Like, I'm a journalist or I work at a bank or I do whatever. But no, that's like his deal. It's a shitty poet in San Francisco.
So way different.
Which means he's good.
There's that too. Yes.
Very avant-garde.
Isn't that code for kind of shitty but still doing it?
Yeah.
Avant-garde. Yes.
I hated that movie when I was little. I watched it and I was like, this is dumb. And I'd never watched it again. And then I watched it like 3 weeks ago. And the funniest parts of it, in my opinion, are his dad, which is also
100%.
him.
Yes, 1,000%.
It was in the trailer. He's like, "Get out of your head! Get out of the way!"
Pants, no. It just, everything with his dad, everything. Actually, his parents, when his mom's totally macking on his buddy at the house. You think they're a wee sexy bastard you have. You know that, don't you? Yeah, and she just like lays one on him, like it's hilarious. But yeah, everything that the dad says. He'll go cry like himself to sleep without a huge pillow. Yeah, it's a virtual planetoid. Yeah. Frederick, what are you guys doing right now? You stuck in traffic? Richard John, you're on mute, man. We're missing all the good stuff.
So the cows broke down the electric fence where the horses were at, came in and drank all their water. They have 2 perfectly good water troughs, but they decided that they'd drink all the water in the trough that we have to fill up with the hose.
Gotcha.
So we're doing that.
Okay, cool. I thought you might be stuck in traffic or something, so I was checking on you.
We're about to hit the road. I was hoping Raleigh would chime in about the time I was going over the hill, but I don't think it's going to work that way.
He still might. Well, we never know. It's a sort of organic experience. So.
And honestly, I've actually had Zoom calls all the way from Adel to Lakeview a couple times, and it works. So it might work this time.
Are you shitting me? Really?
Yeah. Wow. Because the way that Zoom buffers, I'll be out, but I'll come back in.
Coolio.
So
outstanding.
Anyways, but
before we lose you, what are your thoughts on the movie?
Oh, I always like Mike Myers movies. I always thought that was one that was sort of a little bit different from what his normal one was, and I had totally forgotten about Nancy Travis. So
yes,
is that the lead woman?
Yeah, the bitcher.
Oh, she's pretty.
Doesn't she have like a classic kind of beauty about her?
What other movies was she in?
Oh, you dick. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to go to my IMDb cheat sheet. But I think she was married to like Tom Cruise or something weird like that too.
Yeah, I was thinking very Top Gun looking. Like
a long time ago.
Yeah.
She wasn't in Top Gun, but she was married. I think she was married to Tom Cruise, I think.
She starred in many films, including Internal Affairs from 1990. That's before my time. Air America, Passed Away, Chaplin,
America.
Greedy, Fluke. I've never seen any of those movies.
That's too bad.
I'm sort of a lot like Joel. I think when I saw it in the 90s, I should have been more into it, but I think that seeing it again, it made me feel like I missed a lot the first time around. So, and I think that I've seen enough to appreciate Mike Myers now that you pick up on the subtleties. Like, I don't know. I think that I don't know. It's an interesting movie. So
I didn't catch it again until college, and then it hit me as funnier then because it came out I think in '93, so it had been a while, but it always just made me laugh. And like every summer, McDave and I would just go, "He pants new." We always just talked like that way when we wanted something done, and so it just stayed in our lexicon, I guess. But it's completely retarded, really. Like the premise is crazy, and like the whole plot is funny, and so many side characters. Like Charles Grodin of all people, like the guy he's going to commandeer the car from. Like, I need to commandeer your car. No. It's just like, and I think he just passed away yesterday. I think Grodin did. So,
oh wow,
yeah, I remember hearing that early this morning on the radio. So, but him of all, like Stephen Wright is the airplane pilot. Actually have no concept of time. He's just like not the guy you want piloting your plane at night, middle of nowhere. And Alan Arkin is the police chief was the best.
It's interesting because only Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy seem to be able to do the multiple character movies. Other people try it, but it's never successful.
It seems kind of weak. I agree. Yeah. And I was always like, I always wanted him to do a whole movie with just as his dad, which basically was Fat Bastard and when one of the other Austin Powers movies, basically. So, but I'd love to see like more of his dad and his parents were just absolutely hilarious.
And I'll say one of my favorite Mike Myers movies where he is playing straight is, and he's not even a character in the movie, he's just narrating it, is Superman on Netflix about the guy that was Alice Cooper's manager. I can't remember what his name is, but if you ever want to check out a movie that Mike Myers wrote, directed, and narrated about, it's really good. I cannot think of the guy's name, but he was Janis Joplin's agent, Alice Cooper, The Doors, just crazy. And he's the one that created the celebrity chef movement. So he's the one that first was the manager for Emeril Lagasse and made him blow up and started everything like the Food that notoriety from Emerald started the Food Channel and all that kind of stuff. Celebrity, the notion of the celebrity chef. So,
Oh, damn. I've not seen that yet.
Gordon Shepherd. That's his name, Supermensch. Gordon Shepherd. Super amazing guy. Hangs out with the Dalai Lama. Lives in Hawaii. Adopted 3 kids. And he's a Hunter S. Thompson type of figure where people just are gravitated to him. It's a really cool story. And Mike Myers is most brilliant.
Wow. I liked him in Inglourious Bastards when he was the commanding, just really, and you kind of had to look twice to see that it was him. I enjoyed that. It was good. Joe, what are you reading?
What?
Never mind.
I'm thinking of Mike Myers when you were talking. I wonder if one of his most famous clips might be when he was on TV doing a PSA with Kanye, and Kanye was like, George Bush hates black people. He's like, what?
Oh,
it's
dude,
like live. Remember that?
Totally forgot about that. Totally.
Mike Myers' reaction in that video was really funny because he had no idea. That's an outrageous thing to say on live television.
Even from Kanye. That is awesome. Oh, man. Whew. So, yeah. So I Married an Axe Murder. If you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out. And it's got some great actors in it. It's a funny plot line. Mike Myers dressed up like his dad, a crazy, blind Scottish guy who yells at his much younger son with a massive heed. It's totally worth it. And just the overall story, it's quite entertaining. So you got a little curtain climber in the background. It's good for you. So I think that's a good shift to the intellectual moment of the week. Hopefully we can get this while Richard's still in coverage too. Again, intellectual moment of the week brought to you by our excellent friends at Pendleton Mixer and Cigar in downtown Pendleton on Immigrant Avenue. Again, just roll into the store, kick open the door and say, "Good day, shopkeep." Promo code Reach Around, and you'll get a treat you'll never forget. And
I heard you had horses for sale.
Yes. Can you want to buy a rope? That's my favorite. So that's what I would have said afterwards.
For my men, beer for my horses.
Beer for my horses. That should be the new sign out front of the liquor store. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. I think that would be applicable as well.
I love the quote. You want to buy a rope?
Yes.
That's from Pure Country.
Yes. Yeah, when he's taking lessons or whatever, and the guy's like, "You want to buy a rope?" That's like my favorite. Yeah, it's that, and that little white speck of chicken shit. But you want to buy a rope is probably my favorite. So that's what I would say. Anyways, our good friends at Pendleton Mixer and Cigar brought to you, bring us every week the intellectual moment of the week. We're back to a quote this week. We got some rain on the windshield. Richard's heading up to Canyon. That's a beautiful shot. Thank you for moving the livestock journal too, so we get a better view. Very kind. Again, if you're not usually watching this podcast on YouTube or the Facebook, you're missing out. We got the falls off to the left, heading up out of the Adele. It's glorious. This week's quote, it's a quote by Michael Crichton, of all people. And it's, "If you don't know history, then you don't know anything. You are a leaf that doesn't know it is part of a tree." I think it's that second part that means the most. But if you don't know history, then you don't know anything. You are a leaf that doesn't know it is part of a tree. Michael Crichton, author. I thought that was a pretty cool statement. And there's a lot of comments people have about history and knowing it and living it and blah, blah, blah. I just like that one for some reason. It kind of stuck out to me. So, a leaf that doesn't know you're part of a tree, like you're just kind of on your own, but you don't realize everything that's attached and grew and happened for you to get to be at that point. I appreciated that. Joel, you look like you're having some intellectual moments. What do you think?
Well, I mean, that quote strikes me as people who don't understand history are doomed to repeat it. It sounds like he was probably criticizing people who maybe behave in certain ways where they are on a track to repeat history that we've already been through. Modern times, people trying to recreate true socialism. We got real historians being like, every time that's been tried, it does not work. It strikes me as a quote like that. And then the people that support it, they don't really understand finer details. They are that leaf that doesn't know they're connected to a tree. That's my opinion on it.
Oh, nice. Richard, can you hear us? Can you talk?
Yeah, I can talk.
What do you think?
I like that quote. Of course, Michael Crichton is one of my favorite authors. And I think that, like, he sums it all up in the Jurassic Park with what he has that Malcolm Gladwell, I forget what his name is, the guy that Jeff Bloomberg played.
Oh yeah,
but
the mathematician guy.
Always talking about. Yeah, I think a lot of Michael Crichton's stories have to do with, not respecting history at all. And, like, it's a lot of stuff in the future, but really what he's talking about is same old mistakes that we've made before in the past. Like Westworld's a good example.
That's Michael Crichton?
Yeah. Even when the robots become sentient, they become violent. And it doesn't matter. And I think it shows in like his Westworld because it has so many different eras. And I think he's just saying it doesn't matter what era, there's always this level of violence throughout our culture. Like you just have to learn that there's this constant turnover, but even though the motif and the themes in the culture may change, the basic parts of history always remain the same. And I just think like a lot of his books are brilliant. He wrote one called State of Fear, one called Prey, and just amazing. Every time I find a good author that I absolutely love, they die. So Douglas Adams died a little bit after I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then Stephen Ambrose was a great historian, wrote many books, and then he keeled off, and then Michael Crichton. So anyways, but yeah, no, he's one of my favorite authors.
Did he die? I didn't know he died.
It was a couple years ago.
Huh. Like an hour?
My wife just informed me that she's hungry and we're going to run out of gas, so I got to keep driving. I stopped for a second. I'm back at it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Don't let us. I don't want to get you beat down too much. A little bit for sure, but not too much. But yeah. No, I think that's a cool quote. I think it says a lot. It's just about being aware, A, of where you are in the system, I think is part of it, and B, what happened to get you where you're at. And I think C, like the leaf on the tree, like you're not the only thing around. You're part of a bigger system. I thought was pretty cool. So I want to make sure. Richard, do you know what your when your entertainment spotlight's going to be? Are you in a spot to talk about that yet?
Malcolm Gladwell just wrote a book called Mafia Bombers, and you don't have to, I'm not expecting anybody to read it, but there's a lot of YouTube videos and stuff and interviews about it. I talked about it on the last podcast. I just mentioned it. Hardcore history and interviews about it. So I'd encourage everybody to go to the Hardcore History again and watch the podcast episode or listen to the podcast episode on Mafia Bombers. So don't have to read the whole book, but there's
Mafia golfers.
A good idea of
what's the title again?
Bombers. Mafia Bombers.
Mafia Bombers, right?
Yeah, it's about targeted bombing in World War II.
Yes.
It's an amazing story.
I'll try to get that all translated for everybody. I believe it's called Mafia Bombers, Malcolm Gladwell, new book. It was recently on Hardcore History, which is a great podcast as well. So we can check those out. There's a bunch of stuff on YouTube also. So I wanted to get that captured before we lost Brad Burr. Because God knows when we get him back, and then we got to try to figure out what the next one is. So there's that. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, something just reminded me of this, so I just pulled it up again. But Mikey, you were in the Navy, right?
Yes, sir.
So have you ever heard the award called the Navy Cross?
Yeah.
Is that like a big time award?
Mm-hmm. Fairly high.
Yeah. Because my uncle Ralph Currin, I'm sure a lot of people that listen know Ralph Currin. I just learned that Brian told me like a couple days ago that he won a Navy Cross in World War II for his, I guess, heroicism or whatever, in extraordinary heroicism.
Heroics?
They misspelled it. It's supposed to be heroicism, isn't it? It says
Heroism. That's another, older version.
No. At Guadalcanal.
Oh, wow.
In 1943. Anyway, that's something I learned this week. Do we still do that segment?
We can do what we learned or our best thing. Yeah. It's the second highest military decoration awarded to sailors and Marines. So,
yeah, that's pretty neat.
That's crazy cool, dude. I was hoping Brad would be around for the so we got Richard's entertainment spotlight while we could. He'll be back in a while, but we lost him at the top of the canyon there. But this word, I cheated this time. I just searched on dictionary.com for a random word, and I got Rictus. Rictus. Richard, you're back. We're doing word of the week. Rictus. Rictus.
What is it?
Rictus. Rictus.
It sounds like a something that happens after everybody gets drunk in a Japanese bar.
You're gonna owe me for a new chair.
Very specific. That's very specific.
That's kind of like a ruckus. Is that what you're saying? But close.
Is it a noun or a verb? Can you narrow it?
Shit,
is it a noun or a verb?
It's a noun, actually, Joel. It's a noun.
So some sort of an apparatus that probably connects something.
That's an interesting way to put that. I guess ultra
Connects
technically
two things together.
I think it would ultimately. Yes, correct. Not maybe in a conventional thought process, but yeah.
It's some sort of a rigging.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, but the way you said connects, that's really interesting. It's like a gaping grin or a grimace or a mouth. So yeah, like there's two things connected to make a mouth, but it's like a grin or the gape of a mouth is a rictus.
Oh, like how sensual women in pictures and posters that we'd have on our wall, just slightly ajar.
Just a little bit, yes. So it kind of makes you erictus, I guess you could say.
Or a slack jaw. A slack jaw.
A slack jaw yokel?
I had the three girls in the Budweiser bikinis.
Oh, yeah. Budweiser. It said it on each of their bikinis.
Yeah. And then next to that, I had the Shelby GT, which I just watched the movie Ford versus Shelby.
Yep.
And both those posters give me equal rictus.
Which technically means your mouth was agape, but it could have been.
The three girls gave me Rick Mortis.
Rick Mortis?
Private area.
You were Erictus Maximus? Subspecies Bradburensis?
Yeah.
And now Al's sitting there with Rictus on her face, like, I can't believe this is out loud.
Yes, yeah. I have the real definition of Rictus going on.
Precisely. Yes. Just sitting there with a bit of a grimace on your face. Oh, that's too funny. So yeah, that was an interesting word. And Joel, way to be spot on about the connectivity.
I like how the dog just right over his shoulder.
Co-piloting.
Yeah, that's
Always
awesome.
with good cow shit breath, I'm sure, and God knows what else. It's perfect.
College or micro doing anything satisfied.
You're breaking up there. You sound like R2D2 is getting his ass kicked.
That dog probably thinks it could drive.
He's
I think
Superman.
If he could talk, he'd be like, "Let me try."
Like, if I had thumbs, just give me the keys, amateur.
I don't need thumbs. I can put them right here on this thing. It'll be
It's
fine.
good.
It'll be fine.
I got this shit.
Don't worry so much.
Oh, well, we're going to shift gears and go to what's grinding your gears, if you don't mind. But kids, again, grinding your gears brought to you by our tremendous friends at B&K Auto. Check out their website. We'll have it in the description down below. If you need anything, get a hold of Bo. If you got scrap to pick up, if you need parts, if you're looking around, this is the place to go if you are in Eastern Oregon or Western Idaho, even Northern California. They ship stuff all over the place too. So if you're looking for parts, jump online, check them out. Again, the website will be in the description of this video down below or this podcast. So you have that going for you. Again, they'll pull parts for you. If you prefer to go by and pull your own, they're totally cool with that as well. Just go out there in that junkyard and enjoy yourself, and they'll take care of you. So again, you get a little discount for promo code Reacher. They'll give you a little bump in the price for your scrap. So how can you go wrong? Tell them we sent you. Go by and see our good friends at B&K, and let them know we sent you over there, and take care of them like they take care of us. So, Joel, anything grinding your gears right now?
Yeah, when you said that, I started thinking about it. One of the benefits of being in Pendleton, I feel like I engage less with, like, I watch far less news.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get on Twitter as much.
Good man.
So I don't really see stuff that bothers me. But I saw one thing, and I'll bring this up, and it was the clip of Joe Biden driving the electric F-150. I watched it. It was weird. Like, Joe Biden's reaction to is like, somebody asked him about China, not
Can I
China.
ask you a question about Israel?
Israel. He's like, no. Maybe if you get in front of the car,
I can run you over.
And I run you over. All teasing aside, like, dude, if Trump had said something like that, there'd be mass hysteria and outrage about war on the media, and he's like trying to murder the media or some bullshit. Biden does it again. I don't know, it's weird, but I didn't find it threatening. What really grinded my gears about that was the media's reaction to it. And even I got a text message. I'm on a text message thread with some friends, and it's me and another guy who think similarly to me. I don't know how much, but and then two, like, one guy is openly a Marxist. Another guy is just super liberal. And so he texts and he says, he sends the clip of Biden talking and doing that piece, and he says, "Did you guys see this? This is hilarious." And then I was like, "Hilarious? Do you know the meaning of that?"
I don't think that word means what you think it means. Yes.
And it was just sort of, it was interesting to, like, infuriating that he thought it was hilarious, but also the journalists that were there when he took off speeding away, journalists started, like, just doing this weird little giggle, like, "Oh, look how adorable that guy is." Like, it was just, that's just not how our media should be treating this guy. And then they turn around, they call us fascists. They lob that insult. Like, you guys are,
you don't even
literally
know what that means.
neither side is honestly, neither side is fascist, but I'd be like, you guys are
they're much closer.
Liberals, they are flirting with fascism more than
goodness.
Republicans.
Well, 100%. Yeah, you can't say this, you can't say that, you must have this. You know,
yeah,
it's like,
and adulation, is that the word? Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a word of the week, but towards Biden and Harris especially, like, they fucking suck this guy's dick every chance they get.
Yeah.
And like he is remarkably unimpressive. That's how I would describe Biden in these years. I'm sure he was effective in his younger years, whether you agree with him or not, which you probably don't. And I wouldn't say I do either, but he's lost it.
Oh,
This guy, like, what is wrong with you guys? Why do they have such a wildly different view than me? And my friend Anthony was like, why do you even like engage with that? And I'm like, because part of me is like, they are so
curious.
adamant about their position. And I'm like, am I fucking crazy? So I engage with it to like sort of like test that. And he brought up a good, he's like, at least you're aware of the doubt that maybe you are wrong.
Sure.
I don't think that side has any doubt whatsoever that they might be. They don't give any consideration that they could maybe possibly they're wrong. They're going down the wrong path.
I heard it stated a while back, and I thought it was really accurate. I don't remember who it was on TV. Somebody said, conservatives look at a liberal and say that's a good person with maybe bad ideas. And oftentimes a person on the left-hand side of the aisle is going to say that's a bad person with bad ideas. Like it's that next level. And I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. And back to your thing about Biden in the pickup, like I saw no less than 10 different videos that show that he wasn't even driving that pickup, dude. There was another steering wheel on the other side. Somebody else is actually driving that thing. Seriously.
I haven't seen that stuff, but
at least 10 things hilarious. I saw today that he was not driving it. It was a dual steering wheel system, like the learner's car, and which would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not fit to drive on the open road, but
they're like a tarmac or something there. Like, sweet Lord, like yeah. The guy is basically a hollow puppet at best. But that's the not to go down.
Maybe it was just like he was probably actually driving, but maybe they had that set up in case of the emergency, which is a high risk with a guy with dementia. He's probably going to be fine, but just in case, imagine the fallout if something went wrong. So maybe they just had.
Well, yeah, they could have easily had a remote control to kill everything if you guys slumps over.
Would it be funny if they had to? Would it be funny if they had to do the 23rd Amendment on him?
Yes. Whew. I'm sure what's her name's just licking her chops, counting the days, because he has to be in at least 2 years before she can actually take over and still be another 2 terms, I think. So there's some kind of weird deal where if she took over now, it'll only be 1 more term. If she takes over after 2 years, she could actually do 2, I think. I remember reading that somewhere.
There's no way she would win. Like, nobody likes her.
In that position, though, she's just going to get in. Like, if he's found to not be fit in office, she takes over.
Well, she would be the incumbent, and I don't think she
that's
would
the thing
win
is like
as the incumbent.
He has to be in for. Well, that's true. Also, Joel. Yeah, I don't know how she even. I don't want to go down this road either. But anyways, so yeah, the way he gets treated, the way she gets treated. I do know that CNN's numbers are down 75% since the first of the year. They weren't that hot to begin with. Like, the only people basically watching CNN was the airport. And now that's even down. Like 75% drop in numbers for CNN since the first of the year.
Aside from Anderson Cooper, they're all fucking nut jobs. I like Anderson Cooper, but I actually don't even know if he's still on CNN. But
I don't know. After what he did to Jeopardy, he's way on my shit list. So, yeah.
Like Chris Hayes and Rachel Maddow and
Lemon guy? Isn't Lemon or whatever?
Lemon, yeah, Don Lemon.
And then Cuomo's brothers on fucking CNN. Like, I don't know anybody.
Every last one.
Powder blown to hell. Like, if they just actually did journalism at all, I might even listen, just because I'm always wanting to hear another point of view. But like, it's not journalism remotely.
Dude,
so
yeah, I'm loving. I don't know what's happened. I haven't looked it up for a while, but Project Veritas is suing the New York Times, and they've
Oh, yeah.
gotten some favorable judgments. And
Yeah.
And the New York Times had to admit that, yes, we put opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Our journalists are reporting the news. They had to admit in court that it is opinion.
Yeah. They made it up.
Which is like sort of refreshing to hear them admit it. It didn't make any news. People haven't heard about it. Generally.
Obviously not.
But it's a little bit sad because in order for as a society, we need a publication
Absolutely
with the credibility. Well, I say credibility, but it should have the credibility of the New York Times, and they don't have it anymore. It's not even a facade anymore.
No.
Like
that ship sailed.
It's gone. Washington Post is a fucking disaster.
Yeah, all those people. There's nobody to hold anybody publicly accountable where you're going to believe a damn thing they say.
And that's a good thing. You got to go that model of the Substack where you follow like Barry Weiss or Glenn Greenwald or whomever, and but they criticize them so easily because they're not affiliated anymore with the New York Times. But like the New York Times, you failed us. You fucking failed. And 60 Minutes just did that. What was that thing that
they were doing? A DeSantis. They tried to totally hack DeSantis and like wrong answer. You got and they got completely blown out of the water.
They were the last
like bastion of like any kind of like maybe there's some credibility there.
Yeah.
Like completely got smoked. Like it was like down, it was like outright. This is just assholishness. It was ridiculous.
So unfair. And the fact that they don't really, they'll be like, oh yeah, it was once, but Trump. Jesus Christ. You think our one of the most respected institutions for journalism, we can all agree that, well, we can't all agree anymore about how important journalism and truth is. They don't exist anymore. That's gone.
It's a weird thing. It's so weird. Like this, because I'm surprised we haven't seen more. Maybe we will. But all the undercover footage that Veritas got of that people at CNN, like hell yeah, we got Trump. Hell yeah, we just next thing is climate change. And then every time I see a climate change thing on CNN now, or I don't watch CNN, but I get like a blurb, I just laugh. I'm like, yeah, there you go. Like you even told us what you're going to do. Some people still believe it. It's so ridiculous.
Well, it really influences policy is the downside.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, was it Dave Pena? You ever seen that guy? I think that's his name.
No.
He's God, I think I have it on my phone even. He's been on like Rogan, and he's been Dan Pena. He's an older banker dude, and he'll cuss you up a storm or down the other. He's been on Rogan, and he's done some great Q&As with people about global warming and about finance. And this, I'll send you a couple clips. He's absolutely he's hilarious, but B, he's totally spot on. But
just I guess it's the general state of what I understand people and anecdotal experience with my friends, but I feel like they're not unique thinkers. They're part of that crowd.
Part of it's going to believe no matter what is said or done, they're going to still be like, oh, that's great. They're going to find any reason to be on the good side of it. And we're all guilty of that. Don't get me wrong. But there comes a point where you have to be like, dude, that's messed up. No matter, no matter whose water you're packing, like eventually you're like, nah, I can't. There's gaffes. That's he's just having another gaff. Like when that's all you have, it's not a gaff. It's who you are. Okay, sorry. That's the point.
The thing I'm sick of is the left wing accusing anybody who is considers themselves a Republican or on the right as a white supremacist. Even if you're a minority, there's a Vox or some bullshit was like ran a column about how you don't actually have to be white to be a white supremacist.
Yeah,
Like,
apparently Candace
they just
Owens, and yeah.
They just reduce people, but to be a little bit fair, white supremacy is on the right. Those people are generally on the right side of the spectrum. So yeah, there are those people, but I mean, there's crazy factions within the left.
It's like like
Marxism.
15 guys running around in a mountain somewhere. Okay, yeah, there's some conservative white supremacists, I'm sure. It's the same on, but that's as a majority, like it's not remotely who any of us are. And like that leads me to my grind of my gears is Mayor Beetlejuice in Chicago only granting one-on-one interviews to people that are black or brown.
That's like, crazy.
Are you shitting me? Like literally saying it out loud. Too bad if you're white or Asian or anything else, like, again, that's the point that drives me nuts. Is you talk about the systemic racism, or since you're white, then obviously you're racist or you're white supremacist. And like, you're fully judging people solely on how they look. And you're calling me a racist because you look at me and see I'm white. So you assume I'm racist. Like the irony meter just absolutely blows the top off of that. Like, do you not understand the words coming out of your mouth? Like on two fronts, like you just look at me and assume what I am because of my color. And then you're actually actively doing that in your administration as a mayor of the third largest city in America. Sorry if you're a white journalist, go pound sand. What remotely in any world does that make sense? Richard, can you hear what we're rambling about?
Are we doing grind my gears?
We are. Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay. That topic sort of dovetails with what I was going to grind my gears about.
Mayor Beetlejuice?
All right. Are you done? I just got dialed back in. I don't want to be interrupted.
Carry on, wayward son. Carry on.
I've been watching the Israel thing. Was quite interested in the way that it's covered and the complete. It's like everybody forgot that the Jewish were part of the biggest genocide or probably most recognizable genocide in all of human history. And now all of a sudden, because they're trying to hang on to this little piece of land, the Middle East, so that they can have some sort of civilization and culture, they're all of a sudden the Zionists. All the racial slurs I've seen that the press thrown at the Jewish people as a whole, that just got me blown away in the middle of this when we're supposed to be super sensitive about race and stuff. So got me completely perplexed. And they never, they just show Israel bombing Palestine. They never show, they started to show it a little bit today, but for the first 3 days, you would have thought that Palestine was doing nothing and that the Israelis were just randomly bombing them out of spite or something. So that's been really annoying the hell out of me lately, because I've read enough history that it was getting that little piece was critical for them, and hanging on to it is critical for them. Mm-hmm. We pronounce that we have all these values about preserving cultures and races, and but it seems like those same people that are making those pronouncements are super willing to throw the Jewish race under the bus. So that's been, I find that really perplexing, the juxtaposition.
Well, it's just, again, one side of the story, and it's like, you're condemning somebody for defending themselves. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah. Oh man, one of the side issues there that also grinds my gears is you got Palestinians in Britain and Canada. Britain, Canada, and even in America too. The Palestinians going out and committing hate crimes against Jews. It's like you guys fled your country because it fucking sucks so bad, and then I feel like they don't really. They get so passionate about it. I'm like, you obviously didn't really care about your country that much. Because
you're here.
It.
Yeah.
And why are you taking this out on the British or the Canadian government? They have no part in this. Right? So they're in Montreal or in Quebec, there's a lot of anti-Semitic violence taking place being committed by the Palestinian immigrants or whatever. And let me also, I should have prefaced this, but I'm not that well educated. I don't think very many people are that well educated.
No, I don't think any of us are. And then that shows how
Israeli Palestinian fighting. But like, you're not there. You're in the wrong country to be throwing these fucking riots in the street and attacking local Jewish people. They're not part of it. They're not in Israel, and you're not in fucking Palestine. And they need to be brought up on charges of terrorism, honestly, because of what they're doing in some of these situations.
It just goes back to the whole just reporting one side and not understanding the history of it. And again,
you got members of Congress openly saying outrageous anti-Semitic.
and while they're crafting I think it's Asian now is the one that everybody's worried about offending or something. I again, don't treat anybody wrong, but now there's specific, I think, like anti-Asian hate legislation being proposed. At the very same time, you're talking out of your ass about Israel. So I just don't understand. Namaste. Okay, we're gonna put a pin in that one and move on to reach your mail. We had some fantastic follow-up on our previous episode. It's been almost 2 weeks ago now. We just basically got silly, but from JD in Idaho. JD actually called me and we talked for almost an hour. I think I've got it pretty much boiled down to about 2 sentences, but oh my God, almost ran off the road laughing. I still learn something every time and laugh like crazy at that episode. Thank you much. Keep it up, guys. That's basically an hour conversation. Amy in Oregon. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard. My Face ID wouldn't work on my phone. I almost had to stop the car. So I thought that was good. And just from today, G, sure would be nice to have a new episode of Reachers while I'm driving all the way up to Wallowa County. That's from Spoon in LeGrand. So I apologize to Spoon and said, hang tight, little buddy. There's another one coming soon. So
as a recent Pendletonian transplant in the Pendleton, I've received feedback. People do not like the new logo.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, we need a new logo.
Not a problem. That one kind of came out on accident, so we ran with it. But yeah,
looks like a Randy Rogers band T-shirt to me.
Maybe that's why I kind of liked it. I don't know. Yeah. Still looking for suggestions. If anybody wants to.
What episode was so damn funny? I didn't remember being that funny.
The last one, apparently, we did. We had people cracking up. So who knew?
What did we talk about? What did we talk about the last one? I don't even remember.
I don't remember. I'll have to look at my notes somewhere. We were just laughing a lot. Apparently.
What was the title? What was the title of that one?
I think it was FedEx Fist Fight.
Oh
no, I was on that one.
In between.
Oh, you were on FedEx Fist Fight, Joel? Then it was the other one. Hold on a second. I might even have to go to the records.
I heard Raleigh's having a baby for my mom.
Yes.
That was the last one.
Yeah. Oh, do a handstand. We're doing this. That was the last one. Yeah, we talked about swine flu in the junkyard and Rawls having a kid and Cal and swine flu having another one. And yeah, that was it. Yeah. I still think FedEx Fist Fight's probably the best title of the year so far, but do a handstand. We're doing this was a pretty good one as well, Richard. So I thank you for that. Both of those are from you. That's outstanding.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
So much for recapturing the magic.
I remember. Yeah, I remember it now.
All right, is it all coming back to you now?
Yeah, I remember. We are pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I think that's when Al was throwing shit at you in the kitchen, I think. That doesn't narrow it down.
She doesn't like to live with the funny all the time.
Yes, that's what everybody says. Like, oh, you're so funny. Yeah, you say that now, but wait till you put up with it all the time. This is not as fun as it sounds. So, with that, we're gonna roll to the best thing of the week and get this wrapped up so we can get everybody on their way. But Joel, what do you have for best thing of the week?
I guess what I'll mention, it hasn't happened yet, but I'm headed up to Boise tomorrow for a comedy festival with like I think there's like 30 comics coming from New York City.
Holy crap!
Out to Boise for a 3-day deal.
That's like extravaganza. Where's it at?
Yeah. It's called the Edge of the Universe or something like that. It's south of the river.
Okay. Boise's a fun town too. That's gonna be a blast. I'm jealous. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Awesome.
I got to take my new pickup out too.
Ooh, yes, put some miles. Get the mileage dialed in. You have to reset the odometer. Check your miles when you get there. You'll be happy. Yeah. I'm guessing 15.6. That's my guess.
Guy got cabbage. That's gonna be.
You get to come down cabbage too. So
yeah, that's true.
Richard, what do you got? Best thing of the week?
Well, it is. Am I off mute now?
You are.
Yep. Okay. Well, this week started really bad. It's going to be a bad summer, so not really looking forward to the next 6 or so months. It's going to be sort of Armageddon around here, but found out we got about 3 more weeks of water left in Adel for our hay crop. Maybe another month of water for our cows in the desert. So it's going to be a real chase. The cows come home before we've managed to grow them hay to eat. So that'll be interesting. But it's raining right now. So I'd say after this week, the best part of this week is the rain. It is currently happening as we're having this little conversation.
That's beautiful.
So it might not do much, but it's just a little bit of hope and makes everything a little better. Go to sleep and see what it looks like in the morning.
Fed a little bit of dust and just that smell of rain in the desert. There's nothing better. So it helps.
Yeah.
One way or another. Not probably as much as you need.
Anyways, I think the what would you call it? I don't want to say retribution, but the what's going to be coming to the West Coast this year is going to be a disruptive change. It's going to not only affect cattle, and it's going to affect farming and crops and all sorts of stuff. I mean, Klamath Basin has zero. They're going to get zero water, no water at all for any of the crops, and it's one of the most productive valleys in Oregon. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's a spooky deal, and it's not better. There's degrees of better, but it's going to be a drought. Pretty much all the Intermountain West, the Pacific Northwest, and California, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada. It's if you're living in a city, it's going to be good, but everybody that's growing your food and in the hinterlands has no water, and they're not growing anything, and it's just going to be things are going to look really bad come the end of the year. It's going to be one for the books, I think.
Wow! Thanks for spinning the best thing in the week right into the shitter. That's it's perfect.
But it's raining right now, so
it's
hard to stay pessimistic. Yeah, so we got that. So who knows? Maybe this will be a biblical miracle or something.
Could get some good rains and keep things rolling. I hope so. Yeah, because none of that other stuff is what we want to see at all. That's where we're at. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes we can't get around it, so it is what it is. For me, one of my best friends in the world came to town last week. We went and watched a concert in downtown Gainesville at a little bar. I think they hold 1,200 or 1,300 people max. Got to see Cody Canada and The Departed, and Dierks Bentley, of all people, playing. I think it's called like the High Times or Low Times and Hangovers or something like that tour. But they're just playing little dive bars all around. So it was great to have Kurt come down for a few days. We just hung out, and here it's like normal life. So it was cool to take somebody who lives in Oregon and go have breakfast and not have to worry about any restrictions or masks or any of that. And then the concert, it was 1,300 people just raging in a bar. You'd never know that other parts of the world are completely chaotic and shut down and overwhelming with assholishness. So, we had some beers, had some food, had some fun. So and I took 2 days off for like the first time I've done that in a long, long time. So just like totally checked out. Like, I'm not checking my email. I'm not doing anything. I am gone, and I will see you on Monday. So that was probably the second best part of that. I was just like totally checking out, which I have not done in a long time. So all that added up to tremendous fun, and just grateful to have good friends that'll come visit and hang out. And I had a great time. So we got to chill with Cody for a while afterwards and catch up with him, and hadn't seen him in a while. So yeah, it's good. It's pretty hard to beat that. So that's my best thing.
Yeah, that's pretty neat getting to hang out with Cody Canada.
Yeah, just good people.
And then also seeing Dierks Bentley in a small bar is a real treat. I've gotten to do that once myself, but not like his real songs, more like his side project.
Oh yeah, this was full on. Like it sold out in like
awesome.
10 seconds when tickets came out. Like, it was insane when tickets first came out. So it was pretty cool. And then Kurt's wife's up for Wife of the Year because it was her idea to export him down here for a couple of days just to hang out and have a little fun. So everybody enjoyed. But that was it. Does anybody else have anything good at the order? Richard, you got next time for a movie, which is awesome. Rawls, we missed you. Guys, anything else?
Nothing for me, Micah.
Beautiful.
I'm good. I apologize for all the sporadicness of this podcast, mainly due to my lack of preparation.
That's never happened from you before. I was completely taken by surprise. So I'm gonna have to think about this for a while. But
I know I'm really going to take it to heart and really think about my actions and try and correct them going into the future.
When we look at the optics of this, Richard, through that lens of just how you're behaving, I think this is what it's all about. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is what we put up with. This is great to see you guys out chasing bulls and the dogs and just the chaos. And we're going to have to just do like ranch announcing, I think, from time to time. I think it makes everything better. So one of my favorite episodes thus far.
I did want to mention that the field we were in is called the Sandlot. It is a giant sand dune.
Yes.
That we have there's some greasewood that grows in it and some salt grass. And that's about all that'll ever grow in it. And the reason why the cattle are there, they're the last bunch that haven't been able to go out to the pasture yet. But it's because we're irrigating all the meadows with why we have water. So they're temporarily. So I don't want everybody saying, "Where are you raising to run those cows at?" Blah blah blah. So they're there temporarily. So everybody just calm down.
You were feeding them as well.
Yeah,
like that was the whole point of it.
Yeah,
so.
They have good water, and I see them every day. So they will be going out to the places where they need to go. They're just not there just quite yet. So
hey man, your room's not ready yet. Please hang out in the lobby. We'll bring you some snacks, but we're cleaning your room. It'll be ready in a while. Yep. So all is well.
Yep. So
oh, that's awesome. No, that's one of my favorite episodes because it was just us being us. So, balls, you fucking missed out. Told you. So we're gonna have to call it 3/4 reaching. So and going back to what Joel mentioned, if you guys have ideas about a logo, shoot them our way. I was fiddling around with these and inadvertently just seeing how it looked online, and then it was published, and I was like, well crap. I like it because it looks like Randy Rogers' logo, but that's me. I'm definitely biased towards that. So it's all good. But feedback, that's what we're all about. Speaking of which, if you have feedback about this, please get it to us. If you have comments, questions, laughs, please do so. Please make sure you click on the links that go in the descriptions below for our good friends at B&K. And make sure you follow us on the YouTube and the Facebook. We get a lot of good feedback from our Facebook channel or page, I suppose, if you will. If you have questions, suggestions, we always take those as well. I'll try to get your reach your mail done as much as possible. Like I said, I had an hour conversation with John, and I had to boil it down to like 2 sentences, basically, because most of the rest of it probably shouldn't be on the air. It didn't mean much to anybody else either, but we're going to wrap this one up for now. Again, everywhere there's a podcast, you can find us, or the YouTube or the Facebook. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, shoot them on in. We'll be back soon, probably sooner than you want. But until then, keep on reaching, and we'll see you kids very soon.